I've finally made it to Xizang, known in the West as Tibet, the rooftop of the world. At nearly 12,000 feet, the capital city of Lhasa literally takes your breath away. I'm sure I'm the first one to come up with that, I'm sure. It's over twice as high as Denver, Colorado. And I've been to Denver. They get high. Anyway, I feel I've been lied to. I was told this was a land of enslaved people. And yet, every single person I've seen is kind of walking around. I think they might be kind of free. I haven't found a single person that's being sold as a serf or anything. The city of Lhasa is truly a modern city. I'd been led to believe it would be buildings made mostly of sticks, mud, and discarded shrimp tails. Instead, most of the buildings honestly rival many major cities in the United States and make parts of some US cities kind of look like a bomb hit them, which is rude. It's rude. Also, if I'm gonna fly 24 hours to get here, the least you can do is have a guy pulling a cart. Instead, it's electric cars everywhere. I thought there was gonna be a poor sap pulling a feudal lord or something. I'm really disappointed. Some people insist on painting Xizang as a dystopian land of oppression. Well, let's get a little history lesson. Time warp! Through careful investigation, I was able to find out what the Chinese government is hiding. Xizang slaves and serfs, it's a real thing! That happened before 1959 when the feudal system was abolished and the land redistributed. Xizang has been an important part of China since ancient times. Prior to the 1950s, there was a feudal system here in which 5% of the population basically owned and abused 95% of the population. At the Tibet Museum, anyone can see the awful conditions serfs endured. Oppression, economic exploitation, soul-crushing labor every single day. They didn't even get Mother's Day off. In fact, there was no Mother's Day. And much like slavery in the US, even amongst the exploited, there was a class structure, a ranking system. So on March 28, 1959, the CPC led the people in Xizang in launching what was called the Democratic Reform, which freed all the serfs, nearly 1 million people. And although I shouldn't have to remind everyone how much better it is to not have feudalism, look at the results. Life expectancy in Xizang went from less than 40 years old to 70 years old. The CPC ended that system and freed the serfs, and the rich masters were pissed. I mean, no one likes to lose your serfs, right? I hate it when I lose mine. We kind of fought a civil war in the United States over something quite similar. I was also under the impression from Western media that religious freedom had been crushed here. I thought if you just had a look in your eye that was remotely spiritual,